Hi, and welcome everybody to the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Channel. You're watching the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm your host, Ross Benjamin. It's Monday, March the 4th, and boy, it's a great time of year. March Madness, baby. And what better way to enter into March than to welcome back my wounded buddy. He's doing better now. We're all glad he's doing better, and all of us here at the channel and also the viewers out there have been asking about you. But Doug, how are you, my man?
I'm doing well, Ross. I got more holes in me than Swiss cheese, but you know what? I am good to go. My attitude is great. Everything's looking good. And as you said, March Madness is here. We got a lot of stuff to, the next basically 5 weeks in particular to cover. And then for me personally, I'm going to miss half of it as it turns out, but spring training is here. And so maybe we'll even sneak in a few baseball reports this month as we go along and see what happens from that perspective.
Yeah. So Doug's a big baseball guy. It's his favorite sport to do. And he does quite well at it, like everybody here at gamblersworld.net. And also Doug, by the way, who is of DocSports.com. He's the lone guy that's not on gamblersworld.net. He's been with us for over 3 years now. And, the grandfather clause with Doug, with no pun intended, kicks in. And we're lucky to have him. But you could find all of his premium paid selections at DocSports.com. And Doug, tell the folks a little bit about how you're doing over at Docs right now.
Well, as things turned out, I got home and things have gone very well. In particular, the last 3 days, 7-2 run, up a little over $2,400. Hit 3 best bets in that arena in various sports. So that's been great. NBA 7-2 run in the NBA going right now. So that's been a nice turnaround for me there. And as a matter of fact, tonight I got a game on Monday night in a 90% situational play. So that's available at the Doug Upstone page at Doc Sports. In college basketball, I have shown a profit 18 of the last 27 days. That's almost 67%. And tonight I have a play locked and loaded. It's a total. And this total, Ross, a number everybody likes to hear. It's in 100% situation. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's always good to hear those types of things. And I always tell people, even when it loses, okay, it's still only one off that. Okay. So from 100%. So anyway, so I have that going. Hockey continue. No hockey plays tonight, but hockey continues to do extremely well, especially best bets. Had Colorado in a regulation play last night. They won 6-1. That takes me to 14-6 of late, and best bets 70% and up almost $5,000 in terms of profit based on units at Doc Sports, Ross. So like I said, it's easier to come back from all this when you're doing well and you're fired up. So here we go, making it happen. How about yourself?
The hockey,
right? Talked in a week. So what's going on with you?
Yeah, but I was going to say the hockey. A lot of people will tell us, well, I don't even watch hockey. Well, why do you have to? That's why you pay a guy like Doug, who's doing so well on hockey. Doug's not only doing 14-6 over his last 20 in the NHL. The guy's been winning for years in the NHL. Okay, and it's well documented. And if you need proof of that, he's got more than enough to show you being independently documented. So there you have it, Doug Upstone over at DocSports.com. And I thank you for asking me as well, Doug. I came off a terrible Saturday in college basketball, and it was my only losing day in the last 8 days. So not only in all sports, it was my lone losing day in the last 8 days. So things have been going quite well. I did bounce back yesterday with a 2-1 in the NBA. And that includes 2 more NBA winning sides. I lost on a total in the NBA, 2-0 at my sides, and that takes me to 73-47 with my last 120 NBA sides. That's good for 61%. College basketball totals. Even though I went 1-3 on Saturday, a rare losing day with totals, still an overall run of 80-45 with my college basketball totals, which is good for 64%. And, since 2011, I used sports capping because I've been with them since 2011 in terms of documentation and being independently documented. But since 2011, and Sports Capping has about 80 guys on that site. And since 2011, I finished fourth twice, third another time, and 18th on two occasions. So, since 2011, when it comes to March Madness, NCAA tournament betting. So again, folks, you can get all those plays right now at our sponsor site, gamblersworld.net, which takes me to this, $249 all for an NCAA tournament, all tournaments, rest of the regular season right now for any handicapper over at gamblersworld.net. $249, that includes myself. So you want to take advantage of that offer. All right, let's get to the games at hand. We're talking two college basketball selections tonight, and both are on ESPN, nationally televised. And we'll start with Doug, who's going to look at the Texas and Baylor game. Baylor right now a 6.5-point favorite. The total's up to 146. Boy, oh boy, a lot of people keep talking about Baylor as a potential dark horse going into the tournament. I don't know about dark horse, but a team to keep an eye on that maybe isn't getting as much love as a lot of the blue bloods are right now. But what do you think, Doug?
Yes, well, I'll start by saying, on Al Gore's internet, various handicappers I happened to look at this morning are all over Texas. Okay, Texas opened at +7. It's now down to +6.5. They talked literally about being on the contrarian side here, Ross, and I guess in theory that could be true because 63% of the bets so far, in terms of money, in terms of bets, are on Baylor. And Baylor is also playing with revenge, having lost in Austin 75-73 as 2.5-point road underdogs. And this one, but I guess if there's this many quote unquote sharp players on one side, okay, maybe what's the sharp side and what isn't? Well, here's what I'm looking at, Ross. In this battle here, Texas has won and covered their last two games. Did you realize that this is the first time for the entire season that for a Texas team that was ranked in the top 25 and also expected to be fourth in the Big 12 this season, that they have won and covered two straight games? And that includes the non-conference, by the way. Okay, so it's not just this. So that's the only time that they've done that. So are you really going to trust the Burnt Orange to go on the road and give another strong performance? I'm not, Ross. I'm looking at this Baylor team, and like you said, there's a lot of people talking them up, and I see good reason too, to be perfectly honest. The only game they have failed to cover recently was when they beat Iowa State as 4-point home favorites by just 2, and that was a month ago. My feeling is that this team, if they reach the semifinals of their conference tournament, I think they're very capable of being a Sweet 16 team, of course, pending the brackets, how they look. And the thing I really like about them is they have brought back this 1-3-1 zone defense, which just is stifling opponents, taking them out of their offense. They don't play it all the time. It's been used very selectively by Scott Drew, their coach. And so I'm going to say that Baylor is the contrarian play here, Ross, and I'm going to take them minus the 6.5 to knock out the Longhorns on Monday night.
I would say that it's Doug's play. Who cares if it's contrarian or not? It's Doug's play. He's taking Baylor minus the 6.5 against Texas. I don't really have a strong opinion on this game. I think the line is indicative of how well Baylor is playing right now and the inconsistency in which Texas has displayed, which you touched upon, Doug. I think in terms of the tournament and all the hype being given right now to Baylor in terms of a team, watch out. This is a team that can – I don't think you can make a deep run when you look at their analytics defensively. Yes, you mentioned the 1-3-1 zone that's stifling opponents on occasion, but I'm not impressed with their analytics defensively. And I think that there needs to be more improvement in their final two regular season games and in the conference tournament for me to really take them seriously. Because you could outscore opponents night in and night out, but when you get in the NCAA tournament, you're going to be facing, especially when you get into the round of 32 and beyond, you're going to be facing some teams that are just as good as you offensively. And the difference for the majority of those occasions is who plays better defense. So I need to see a little more on the defensive end for Baylor before I'm going to be well committed. But it doesn't matter. We're talking about one game here, and Doug likes Baylor -6.5 against Texas. I have no opinion on the side or the total in this game.
Yeah. And,
all right.
I'm sorry, Ross. I'll jump on what you said, and that is exactly why I said that. For me to be fully committed, okay, is they have to get to obviously the Big 12 has been the best conference all year. And if they can, for example, even if they go 1-1 this week, okay, because they're at Texas Tech later this week, but if they reach the semifinals of the Big 12, that tells me that they're a quality team. And chances are you're going to have to play at least pretty good defense to at least reach the semifinals of that conference tournament. So, and if they do that, for example, win at least tonight, I think they'll be in good shape. So I'm piggybacking on your point as that, I agree. Baylor's, they gave up 55% shooting to Texas or to Kansas on Saturday. And so they still, from time to time, definitely have some work to do. So I'm sorry. Continue. Tell me.
No problem at all. Good point.
North Carolina State.
Yeah. Duke and North Carolina State. Right now, Duke is a 6-point favorite, and the total in this game is 149.5. I'm very hesitant to lay points on the road, but I'm going to make an exception here. Now, let me preface all this, folks. I am passing on both the NBA and college basketball tonight over at gamblersworld.net. I just didn't find any betting value I'm willing to put my hard-earned money on, let alone yours, okay? But I have a strong opinion play in this contest. North Carolina State's a team that's gone just 5-4 straight up in conference home games this year. And then you look at some of their losses at home in conference play. They lost to Syracuse, Virginia Tech, and Pitt. And those are three teams that will be hard-pressed, and barring something unforeseen, which will be all three will have a difficult time when it comes to getting an at-large bid in the NCAA tournament, Virginia Tech especially. They're going to need to win their tournament, the ACC tournament, to get that automatic bid. So my point being is NC State not only is 5-4 in conference home games, they've lost to some less than stellar competition along the way, not the cream of the crop in the ACC. And they failed to cover in their only game as a home underdog this year. They were a home underdog versus North Carolina, and they lost that contest by 13 points. Duke, on the other hand, 5-0 straight up and 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 as a conference road favorite, winning those games by an average of 16.8 points per outing. So not only are they covering these games and winning these games, they're dominating them as conference road favorites of late. And over their last 5 games, this is a Duke team that's averaging 79.2 points per game. They're shooting over 51% from the field and a shade under 46% from the three-point line. So this is a team that's operating very effectively and efficiently offensively, and they're going to be facing an NC State team tonight that's really struggled defensively over their last 5 games, allowing just a shade under 81 points. Opponents have shot 50% from the field against them and just under 43% from the three-point line. While on the other hand, Duke defensively in this last 5 games, 62.4 points per game allowed, and they're +8 rebounds per game. By the way, not only is Duke shooting the ball extremely well, keep this in mind too, Doug, they're number 2 in the ACC action when it comes to offensive rebounding. In North Carolina State during ACC games this year, they ranked 10th in the conference. So not only are they shooting the ball very well, Duke, but when they miss, they're going to have some mismatches on the offensive glass to take advantage and have some second chance opportunities as well. I'm going to take Duke here -6 on the road at North Carolina State. Doug?
And in this one, Ross, NC State, as per usual, they came into, let's just say mid-January, looking like a team that could make the NCAA tournament. But guess what? It's the same old story for the Wolfpack. They just don't find a way. Or actually, what they do is, and especially under their current coach, and they did it again this year, and to the annoyance of their fan base, by the way, they have competitive losses. Okay, so they're in all kinds of games. They were they were up, I think, was it 8 or 10 on North Carolina on Saturday, and they got outscored by 17 points to lose by 9. So this is their MO. But the thing here that I guess I have the hardest thing trying to decipher here, Ross, is Duke is in a familiar position. So it would be Monday or Tuesday of the final week of the regular season, and they're going to face North Carolina. So they know that they just have to win this game. It's not a matter of, have to cover the spread, don't have to appease anybody. They just have to win the game. And so from that standpoint, I'm willing to take a shot here with the Wolfpack on this one. And when let's see, NC State, like I mentioned, they just lost at Chapel Hill. They are 9-2 off a road loss of late. So I'm going to take the points. I have no illusions for North Carolina State to win, but I'll just take the points on this one, thinking they could maybe keep it around 5-4 points, something like that. So we're going to be on opposite sides, but from the standpoint of it, I'm not firmly convinced, okay, that you are wrong. I'm not saying anything like that. It's just a matter. I just think they have a shot at it for more than anything else.
Welcome back, Doug. Welcome back. So
Absolutely.
Doug disagrees with my pick, and that's okay. But our official picks, I like Duke -6, and Doug likes Baylor -6.5 over Texas. And those games go tonight, 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN. Folks, don't forget, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, that's the Winner's Circle Sports Betting channel, take a second to do so. Just click on that black subscribe button. If you're on your PC, you'll see a WC logo in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and that will serve the same purpose if you hit that. And then I would encourage those of you who have subscribed and all you new people as well, to go in your YouTube settings, take a couple seconds extra and just click on the alert notification bell for the Winner's Circle Sports Betting channel, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of our 5 podcasts weekly going up right here on our channel. And don't forget, gamblersworld.net is our sponsor site, not only myself, but 9 other great handicappers, and it's there where we guarantee our picks, which simply means all single game and multi-game daily packages, as well as subscription plans of 30 days or fewer. If you don't win, you don't make a profit, we will credit your account back the exact amount of the money you took out of your pocket to pay for that specific purchase. So you could use that money anytime you wish, on any one you wish. So it doesn't get much better than that. Doug, there's a like button right underneath.
I'm gonna suggest that you push it. Okay, it's not hard. Push the button.
All right,
good to go. And then you'll have those selections come directly to you, and you'll also give Ross and I basically a thumbs up for a job well done.
Yeah, well, again, not only on our video, me and Doug, but the rest of the videos we do on this channel, we always appreciate, folks, if you could hit that like button. Like Doug alluded to, just a small token of your appreciation for the work, time, and effort we put into bringing you a quality podcast 5 times a week. And our theme has always been, continues to be, and always will be going forward. We want to make you a smarter sports bettor today than you were yesterday. Don't forget, $249 March Madness package takes you through the rest of the college basketball regular season, conference tournaments, NCAA tournament, NIT and CBI, right through those championship games. It doesn't get much better than that. Go to gamblersworld.net right now. I'll be back tomorrow with Jesse Schule and Sean Higgs. We'll be talking college basketball at that time. And also, reminder, you could find Doug's premium paid selections over at DocSports.com. Until the next time, for Doug Upstone and Ross Benjamin, take care and God bless, folks.